Hi, ladies and our countdown clock started at 26.
I was like, wait, how's Rich talking in the middle of the intro?
It said you're live, and then it did the countdown. I'm like, all right, whatever. What's going on, man?
Nothing. Where's our goofy looking YouTube thing?
What do I know?
I don't know either. Anyway, what's going on, Rich?
What the hell?
A lot of exciting news in the Pittsburgh world, huh?
It's been an exciting week. Lots of stuff going on.
I got this for
a few different rooms. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to hang it, make it visible.
I got you.
Yeah, my sister brought it back from Ireland. She's like, I wish I would have bought a whole lot more so I could have sold them, because they sold out in Ireland in about 20 minutes, as she said.
Oh, I bet. Because
anyway,
unless I've forgotten, the price has never changed. That's part of the deal that Myron had with them, was that the price would never change. They're supposed to be $5.
I think they're a little more than $5, but anyway, Rich. So of course, Steeler Nation's going absolutely ballistic right now. Everyone's pissed off, and the people that wanted them gone are happy, and it's a never-winning battle.
Right.
So I started a fucking war this morning.
Figures.
I took the approach saying he left us. He stepped down. He quit on us.
Says the guy that wanted to fire him 3 years ago.
I wanted to fire him in 17 anyway. but I don't know. I was just doing it for a reaction. I mean, even in his leaving statement, Rich, did you read the statement he wrote to the Steelers?
Yeah.
Where it said that his standards couldn't meet the fans' standards.
Right.
Is that what you got? Did you get that out of that segment there in that second?
Well, it's the thing of winning. There is, the logic of winning. Now, yes. Now, Steelers fans, and I'm just like all the other Steeler fans. I want Super Bowls.
Me too.
But I would much rather, and this is something you and I have talked about 100 times on this show. I would rather us go 9-7, 10-6, 11-5. Well, okay, 9-8, 10-7,
getting out of your realm,
11-6.
going 11-6, 11-7. Quick, get out of your realm. That's not happening.
I would much rather do that than go 3-13 and then every 20 years win a Super Bowl.
So I guess the search for 4 starts yesterday.
Yeah, and I mean,
really, this was. Go ahead.
This is where, you and I have talked about this too. This is where we'll find out. Because the big thing people have to remember, Tomlin's not planning on coaching next year. The Steelers retain his rights. Any team that he would go to coach this year, they have to trade for him. So, there were some of the guys talking about last night on Open Sports Mike that we do here on Tuesday nights about going to the Raiders or whatever. Okay, if the Raiders want Tomlin, great. You know that number 1 pick you got?
Yeah, we'll take Mendoza.
Come on with it. If I'm
I'd also take the
It's on the
quarterback from
Giants.
I'd also take the
If I'm
quarterback from Ole Miss, but I still want to see what Will Howard can do.
wrong quarterback from Ole Miss.
Let's do
Tristan Jackson Dart's the one we should have gotten, and we completely screwed the
yeah,
pooch on that one.
well, we missed it. We missed it. We also
He
missed
had him.
We also missed
He
Malik
had it.
Willis. Look, 32 other teams passed on Tom Brady too. I know we can do about it. It's over with. It's done.
Dart sitting right in our hands.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we wanted him, but then he was gone.
Well, but a lot of the guys we never had a chance with, we never had a chance to get a Patrick Mahomes because he went too soon. Never had a chance to get a guy like a Josh Allen because he went.
Did you freeze? I think Rich froze.
Yeah, Jackson Dart was sitting there waiting for us. And what happens? Wah, wah. And it's like, son of a.
We still took a good first rounder. We took what? Derek Harmon, right?
We took Derek Harmon, and Derek Harmon did a nice job, and I think he's a really good understudy with Connor Hayward.
And I think he's going to fill in great when Connor finally,
or when Cam Hayward. I'm sorry, Cam Hayward.
Connor is the other guy. Yeah,
but when you can get your next quarterback for the next 10 years, that's who you take. That's who you take. I mean, I couldn't believe it. He fell into our lap, and we still didn't do it. That's what made me mad. That's what had me pissed off. Because then I knew in the back of my mind, no matter how much I sat here saying I didn't want him, I knew we were going to sign Aaron Rodgers. And he did exactly what I expected. Not much. We won in spite of him, not because of him. Because in those 2-4 touchdown games he had, we went 1-1. We beat the Jets. We lost to Cincinnati.
Are you talking about number 8?
Yeah. The guy that was behind center.
The guy that doesn't step into his stress.
Not anymore.
I never really noticed that until I was watching the playoff game in the seats with Josh. I was sitting there and I'm like, Josh, watch, he doesn't throw off his front foot. He doesn't lean into it. He just lobs it up in the air.
Rodgers
so weird. I was like, what is going on? I was like,
Rodgers has never been Favre.
This is why his throws look so interceptable.
Well, and that's because, like I say, he doesn't throw the fastball. He's a precision guy. He's not. Let me see if I can fit it in a hole the exact size of a football, and let's see if I can zip it through there. No, I'm aiming for a target right here, and you better be there to grab it right there. And
I saw one of our guys was there and just didn't remember how to catch. Looked like AJ Brown.
He did
that Saturday.
DK Metcalf did that twice on Monday night. The one was, definitely a first down, if not a touchdown. And the other one was definitely a first down. Aikman brought up the thing of, well, maybe, and Manning said the same thing. Well, maybe he's just he's rusty from being out for 2 weeks. Well, if he wasn't a jackass in the first
veteran.
place,
you're a veteran. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, but it's not even, if he wasn't
they love making excuses.
I know, but if he wasn't a jackass in the first place, everything could have been completely slid around because we would have beat Cleveland. No questions asked. You would have beat Cleveland. Then you wouldn't have had to worry about the Ravens. You could have played Mason Rudolph and let him get destroyed. Let them steamroll him for a while and have Will Howard as your backup, who I still say should be quarterback in this team as we sit right now.
We'll see. Do you so they're talking, looks like Brady, and I don't even know his name, but it looks like they did reach out to the Rams quarterback coach guy, maybe the offensive coordinator.
The Steelers?
Yeah. And I hate
Well,
that. I don't care who you're on. If your team is still playing, there's no reason to like.
no, you can ask that's the difference, okay? If the team
No,
is
I
still
just don't like it
playing,
because you're
you
trying to
have
prepare
to
for a
ask
playoff
for a
game.
meeting. Right, but you have to ask the team for a meeting. Now, if the team says okay, then that's on the team. If they call and ask, if they called and I'll think of who I'm trying to think of here in a second. Let's just say Denver, okay, and they want to talk to Vance Joseph, okay. Denver has to allow that for them to have the meeting with Vance Joseph until Denver is knocked out of the playoffs. If Denver says, yeah, you can talk to him, that's on Denver. It's not on, it's they went through proper protocol. If the team wants to give them a chance to do an interview, that's on them. That's their own
Now,
stupidity.
Rich, if you were the owner, would you allow it in the middle of playoffs, or
Not
would
a chance
you,
in hell.
or would you? I wouldn't either. I don't think. I mean,
No
regardless, I
way.
would still tell him, hey, there's people interested in you, but right now we're not letting you talk because our focus is our team right now.
The reason Eric Bieniemy is not a head coach in the NFL right now is because of that exact thing. The Chiefs would not let teams talk to Eric Bieniemy when they were still playing. And they named other coaches instead of him because the Chiefs were going to the Super Bowl or the AFC Championship every year, and they wanted
Well,
to
they
have
were
their coach
smart.
in place before that.
Eric Bieniemy is
So
very
that's
offensive minded.
well, okay, but let's think about this for a minute. How many coaches that are out there are down the middle minded? Not many. Not many at all. Campbell, he's offensive minded. Uh, Ben Johnson, offensive minded. Matt LaFleur, offensive minded. Tomlin was defensive minded. Harbaugh, offensive minded. You're one or the other. You're usually very seldom going to find a guy that's looking at both ways. They either came from an offensive or a defensive background, and they just happen to be the head coach. It's a matter of who can fine tune themselves. That's where the trick comes in, and it's you have a hard time finding a guy that can do both, like an Andy Reid, like like a Gruden for that matter. I mean, could I see Gruden coaching the Steelers? Yeah. I mean,
Someone brought that up
he's
today
got
too someone brought that up today in the stupid group. Fucking just looking at that
Gruden's got
racial email
Pittsburgh written
or
all over
whatever
him.
the crap it was.
He's got Pittsburgh written all over him. I mean, the way
I
he
I
handles
I,
himself and all that. But I
I would
don't,
take
I
Chucky.
just don't know how long, huh?
I would take Chucky.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind him. There's a couple I definitely, no questions asked, don't want to hear. Mm-mm. Do not want to hear
I
Mike
don't want to hear
McCarthy.
John Harbaugh.
I I wouldn't mind Harbaugh.
Be the same thing as Tomlin. I don't know. I don't
No,
feel it'd be a good.
no. I don't want to hear McCarthy. Do not want to hear Mike McCarthy in any way, shape, or form. No, do not want to
I
hear
know you watched him in Dallas. I know. I get it.
it. Yeah, I do not want to hear Mike McDaniel unless it's for the offensive coordinator job.
I'll take him as an offensive coordinator for sure.
If he wants to come in, if he's looking at coming in as OC, great. Open the door, let him in. No problems. As the
Yeah,
head man,
got to be
no
better
chance.
than Todd Haley back there.
The first time he puts capris on that sideline, the fans are going to crucify him before he ever gets out of the tunnel. There's no way he would ever be able to be the head coach of the Steelers. Never.
I don't
OC,
understand.
sure.
Right, I'll take him as an OC for sure. I'm right with you on that page.
Yeah, that's like Flores. I would take Flores as a DC. I don't know that I want him as my head coach. I think Flores is one of those guys that is an awesome defensive coordinator, but a bad head coach. He's not organized when it comes to those. That's one of the biggest flaws he had when he was in Miami. His practices were disorganized. His team meetings were disorganized. If you're not an organized individual, you're not going to be a good head coach. I'm not saying to go Nick Saban and have OCD about it and all that kind of stuff, but you've got to be organized with what you're doing and knowing who's doing what and when and where and how everything's structured and all that. And from everything I've read and seen, Flores did none of that in Miami. So I don't want to hear Flores either.
I don't either. I definitely want an offensive minded coach in here because I think a defensive court. Well, I don't know who is gonna stay. I mean, I haven't even looked at that
Neither one.
part of the deep. I haven't even looked at that part of the defense yet to see who's, on contract year. I haven't looked at any of that. I just haven't had time yet.
Well, I can look at that, Steelers.
Because if you have good defensive players, I mean, our defense was pretty good. It's getting older though. It's getting older quick.
Right.
I mean,
okay.
obviously we have a good foundation to build on. Jack Sawyer, Derek Harmon, Porter's still young. I think he's 26.
Yeah. Highsmith's not that old. He's like 28, 29.
Who?
Okay. Rodgers, obviously. Kyle Duggar is on for 11. It would be 11 million to bring him back.
Is he young?
Kyle Duggar?
Yeah, what is he, 28?
I'm thinking he's right in that 28, 29 range too. 29. He'll be 30 March 22nd.
I was going to say he's starting to get towards that higher pay rate. He's starting to get towards that higher pay rate.
Well, that's why it's showing here projected projected annual salary 11 million.
And he did a really good job. He did a really good job this year.
He did. Miles Killebrew, I can take or leave him. Dean Lowry, Daniel Aquale, Cole Holcomb is 2 million. Loudermilk is 1.6 million. Chuck Clark.
What's up, Yinzer?
1.5. Huh?
Saying what's up to the Yinzer.
Oh.
I swear I get my comments. I swear I get my comments before all you guys on this thing. I'm always replying to people real quick.
Well, I'm looking at a different page.
Oh.
I'm looking at this list. Jabril Peppers.
I thought you had dual screen, Rich. I really did.
No, I don't. Jabril Peppers, Asante Samuel, both of those I wouldn't mind bringing back at $1.5 million apiece. James Pierre is $1.5 million. I would love to have him back. And that's pretty much it as far as free agents go on defense. So none of the big guys are free agents. None of the major guys are.
So I would definitely shoot offensive-minded head coach and bring in a defensive coordinator. A defensive coordinator might be attracted to what we have, but I'm sure whoever we hire is going to have something in mind. Obviously, we got to listen to what he has to say first.
No, but you got to bring your head coach in first. Have to.
Right. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's not like we have Dick LeBeau still.
No, as far as I'm concerned, Austin can go. They can send him away. They can send Arthur Smith away. And it's not because I don't think whoever the new head coach is going to want either one of them. I really don't.
Bring Todd Haley back. Todd Haley
as
and
the
Arthur
OC?
Smith they're the same. No, I meant like Arthur Smith and Todd Haley. They're the same fucking people. All they do is run screens.
It's a little different when you're running screens and you've got Antonio Brown as the guy catching the screens.
I'm just saying they run the same offense.
I get that, but it makes a big difference. It's like if you had a guy that wants to run the ball 40 times a game, and his best running back is Jalen Warren. It ain't gonna work. It's just not gonna work. Um,
I agree with the injury right there, Rich. In case you didn't see it, he says Danny Smith is the only safe coach on the staff. I believe that that's true.
The bubble gum will stay. There's no question about that. He I think he's a Steeler lifer. But I mean, could I see a defensive coordinator coming in like, and I realize this is going to sound really dumb coming from me. Matt Eberflus is not a bad defensive coordinator. He had shit players in Dallas. Matt Eberflus is another one that's a good a good coordinator, a rotten head coach. Would I be against him coming in? No.
I think it really depends who this head coach is.
Here's a thought, though.
We really might not know, Rich, until after the playoffs are over.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Or one of our targets loses this weekend or next weekend.
Well, I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, I know I saw today that my guy is actually on their list, which is good. Because I know that's dominoes. If Kingsbury comes in, write it down who the quarterback is. And if you walk into training camp next year with Kyler Murray as your 1 and Will Howard as your 2, I'm not mad at that. Because you got a guy who played extremely well under Kingsbury the first couple of years of his career, and you got a kid as a backup that knows how to win, has won national championships in college.
I want to see what Howard can do. I don't want to bring in any competition for him.
No. That's why when you were bringing up, that was why when you were talking about bringing Tristan Campbell in, the kid from Ole Miss. No.
Yinzer, we just talked about Brian Flores. We wouldn't mind having him as a coordinator, but not a coach.
Right. That head coach, no. Would I be mad at Stefanski? No. And again, he can groom.
Stefanski was on that list. I believe Stefanski was on that list I saw earlier.
Well, and he can work with quarterbacks. I mean, he can make chicken salad out of chicken crap. But if he has somebody like Howard that he can groom, okay. Or even Murray for that matter. I had heard that the Browns were interviewing Ryan Day for their job.
Ryan Day, really?
That could be interesting. Yeah, that could be. But let me throw a name out there that I've
Day
thought
would really want out of Ohio State.
Mm-hmm. Let me throw a name out there for you, because of all the stuff that's been going on around where he's at and everything, and maybe wanting to get out. How about Marcus Freeman?
Didn't he just sign an extension with Notre Dame?
Yep. And that means what? In college football, that means what?
Don't mean shit anymore anywhere, actually.
See, the other part of it, too, you want to talk about bringing a hometown guy back?
Well, I talked about Freeman a couple months. I talked about Freeman a couple weeks ago.
I did, too. But January the 20th, you want to talk about bringing a hometown guy back? Somebody call Cignetti. Cignetti's third generation Pittsburgh. His pops played at Pitt.
I would take Freeman. I would take Freeman. He's young.
I'd take either one of them. But I would love Freeman. And all that BS with Notre Dame that's going on down there, they're never going to join a conference. It's all going to be controversy and bull crap.
Freeman might not ever have a chance to win a national championship. When that would be the time to jump ship.
Yep, and put his mark dead set on one of the biggest franchises in the league. You don't think if he came in here and he had 15 years, especially if you gave him now wait a minute, let's think about this one for a minute. Let's really look at this one for a second. If you brought in Freeman, had Flores as the DC and Kingsbury as the OC, talk to me.
It'd still be up to Freeman who he brings in, though.
I understand, but if Freeman was looking at something like that, or McDaniel as the OC,
I was
either
just
one.
going to say McDaniel would be a good fit too.
But if you had that triangle at the top of the coaching tree, okay.
If anyone, I think McDaniels would figure out Caleb Johnson and figure out how to make him run. That would get me back. That would make me all right.
Caleb Johnson just didn't get reps.
I'm just saying,
that was his biggest problem. I don't think here's what I really don't think. I don't think anybody expected Gainwell to play as well as he did. I think people expected Gainwell to come in, be They give Johnson a bunch of reps as the number 2, and then he blossoms from there. Well, Gainwell had a career year, and he couldn't get on the field. Johnson couldn't get on the field.
That's a good question, Yinzer. I didn't think of that, but he might be more comfortable in a DC role, though.
There's one thing you got to think about too, Yinzer. That logo means a whole lot. And to say that you're the defensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers means something. To say you're the DC for the Minnesota Vikings, okay, great. No, I'm the defensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's where Tomlin was before he got hired.
I know.
I love how everyone forgets that Tomlin has 2 Super Bowls. Rings.
Well, I mean, there's not a head coach out there that becomes a head coach that doesn't have one as an assistant. I mean, McDaniel has one as an assistant. He sure as hell wasn't ever going to win one in Miami, but he has one as an assistant. So, that's not really anything that I'm overly concerned about. What I'm looking at is we got to get somebody in here that's going to work. And this is where it's going to get kind of lopsided because the Steelers have an experienced defense and a young offense. Let's take Rod. Obviously, we're taking Rodgers out of the picture. The oldest guy on the offense might be DK Metcalf or Freiermuth, one or the other. Okay. So, and Freiermuth's only.
DK's what, 29?
Yeah. DK's, I think, 29. I think Freiermuth is 30. So, I mean, they're not. DK will be. Actually, he just turned 28. And Freiermuth. Oh, shoot. He's younger. Okay. Freiermuth just turned 27.
Yeah,
so he's a year younger than Metcalf.
I didn't think he was 30 yet, Rich.
I thought he was a little older. Okay. So even at that. So,
Yinzer, what's wrong with Marcus Freeman? He's young. I think he's what, 38?
Yeah, he's like somewhere 30s, 40s, late 30s, early 40s.
Oh, I remember seeing his age. I don't remember.
He just turned 40 yesterday or Saturday.
I mean,
he just turned 40 Saturday.
I'd like to see Freeman.
Yeah.
That's who I would go after. I mean, obviously the Steelers are at least looking offensive minded. They're looking at Grady. They're looking at the Rams dude. I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah, but I would like to get someone in that has head coaching experience, whether it's in college or in pro. I would like to have someone that has head coaching experience. Because there's a lot that's going to have to be done with this team. And
There's
the,
Richard, you should have seen some of the comments. Like these people that love Tomlin are like, I hope we go on a 19-year losing streak.
oh my God.
Like they're not fans. Like,
Well,
like
no, I mean,
I never wanted any of that with Tomlin. I was just tired of the staleness.
well, but here's where my problem comes in. This is where you and I will have an issue in a couple of years. If we bring somebody in and they go 9-8, 9-8, or 10-7, 10-7, and you're not bitching the same way you bitch about Tomlin, then we're going to have an issue because you're going to have the exact same thing. And if you're like, oh, well, you got to give the guy more time, you got to do that. No, he's got to either
How
come in
many
to
years?
win
How many years did
or
this
go.
coach get before? How many years did this coach get before the grades come? 3.
Depends how much experience he has.
I'm just asking because remember Tomlin
No,
sucked
I
his
mean,
first year. Didn't make playoffs.
well, had a winning record.
Not the first year.
They haven't had a losing record in 23 years.
Okay, well, we didn't make playoffs the first year.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, how many years are you giving them before the grades come in?
It depends on if it's an experienced guy or not. If you're bringing in Marcus Freeman, if you're bringing in Signetti, if you're bringing in somebody like that, 3 to 4. If I'm bringing in Kingsbury, or if they did bring in Flores as a head coach, or Gruden or somebody like that, you got 2.
Okay, all right. As long as there's a little bit of time, because you need a little bit of time to build.
But you still have to win the first year. You can't go 5-12 the first year. You still got to win. You still got to
Okay.
maintain the consistency that we've had. That's where the trick comes in. We can't sit there and go 4-13 next year. Well, it's because we have a new coach. Bullshit. That's not going to work. It's
Okay.
not. I mean, the Steelers won't. The Steeler fans won't let it work. That's it's you just the Steelers don't do that. They did that enough the first 35 years of its existence.
Yeah, where we had 14 coaches, I think.
Something like that. But yeah, the first 35, 40 years of their existence, there was plenty of that, losing, 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 losing.
I mean, it got so
When
bad during
Noel,
the war, we tried to join forces with the Eagles to become the Steagles.
right? But I mean, after
Were they
Noel's
going to
third
play at
year,
Penn State? Is that where they were going to try and play? Or
I
how was
believe
that going
that's
to
right.
work?
I
Could you
believe they were
imagine
going to.
driving to Penn? Could you
I believe
imagine
that's where they
driving
were
to
going to
Penn?
play was Penn State.
Could you imagine driving to Penn State for a pro game?
In the 1940s, no. Today,
People
sure,
probably didn't even care.
probably not.
I said people probably
Today,
didn't
yeah.
even care.
I mean, obviously, the stadium is completely different than what it is now.
Yeah, I don't even know what Beaver Stadium looked like then. If it wasn't even called Beaver Stadium.
Actually, if I remember correctly, it was called Lions Stadium. Nittany Lions. I never understood why it became Beaver Stadium.
I have no idea where this came from. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, it has to do with the wildlife around it and that kind of thing, but I never
I mean,
really
it's
got that.
huge. I mean, you probably never
Oh
got a chance to
yeah.
drive by it, huh?
Oh, I've been there. I've been there.
It's huge.
Oh yeah. It's the
Um,
it's the third biggest stadium I've ever been in.
I only drove by it.
Kyle
I never got to go in it.
Kyle Field in College Station holds right at 100,000.
I think
And
the biggest I've been in Jerry's new house, so that's the biggest stadium I think I've ever been in.
yeah, well that one holds 100 too, but for
104,
college,
104, I think, right?
well, yeah, for a concert it'll hold 104. For a football game, it'll hold like 98, 99, something like that.
Oh, I thought they said 104 whenever I was there, or
Yeah,
maybe
they
that was for the
always
Super
boost that
Bowl. I
stuff
don't
up.
know. I was there the year the
They
Super
always
Bowl was
boost that
there.
shit up.
That was the year we
Mm.
lost.
But I know that Texas A&M outdoor facility is like 100,500 and something or another.
Really?
And I was there for a Pitt A&M game. And my old boss, I won tickets from him on a bet. So he got me 40-yard line tickets in the student section. And like, fine, thanks a lot, no problem. I walked in there with my Pitt sweatshirt on, and Pitt kicked a living dog out of A&M that day. It was like 35-10 or something like that. Was not the most popular guy in College Station at that point, but hey, what are you gonna do? And
Did
then
I did
the
did,
other,
did I bring it up last night, Rich? Where I was like, I now know how visiting stadiums feel whenever we take over, and at the end of the game, we're all standing on behind the bench. All it was a sea of red behind the bench, and I was just laughing.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, and that, even at that, as many people as were doing that, it really wasn't that big of a percentage of the stadium. The Steeler fans, even at home, they don't let their tickets get away very much.
I got
Um,
tickets.
I mean, you go. I promise you, there is for Cowboy games. I can promise you, you can get tickets the day of. They have these things called standing room onlys out here. They call them
Oh,
party passes.
yeah, they're on the deck. I know. I know. Did you ever do the tour? Did you ever do the tour of that stadium?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Did you play football in the field?
yeah. We threw. See, I've done a bunch of games up there. I've done two state championship games. I've broadcast two state championship games up there, four other high school semifinals up there, and I've done Baylor games up there whenever they were in the Big 12 championship. Um, so I mean, I've played catch on the field, yes, and the
I thought
crown
that
is
was one
not
of
as
the I
bad.
thought that was one of the neatest things.
It's pretty cool. It really is.
And I
But I also
I
took the
think
tour.
I think they almost only do it because it's turf and you don't have to worry about tearing up that grass.
You're right.
Because like you could never do that at Heinz Field.
Yeah.
No, I
No, 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 no,
and
no.
we didn't get to play catch at Lumens, but we did get to walk on the field at Lumens.
Yeah. Because see, when I went to M&T Bank, that's one thing that was cool. Whenever I got the chance to cover games in Baltimore and in Washington and in Chicago and that kind of deal, I always went a day early so I could take the tour of the stadium. And at M&T Bank, you could go out and they did that. You walked on the field and I can actually say I stood in the middle of that big old crest in the middle of the field and all that kind of thing.
You take your terrible
Um,
towel and take a picture of it in the middle and just piss everyone off, like I did.
I thought
I
about
wish
it and I was like,
I looked for
nah.
those pictures. I cannot find them.
But when I took the tour of FedEx, I've been on the field at FedEx because of my credentials. But as far as the tour goes, it's a grass field. They'll take you along the track around the field, but they
Right,
don't let you on it.
right, just like Heinz Field.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's a little better experience when you get a chance to actually say, yeah, I was on, I've stood on the star. In fact, hold on a second, because I know I've
You
got the
got the
picture here
you
somewhere.
got the picture.
I got a picture. Fox Sports Southwest
I laid my terrible towel in the middle of the star.
did this. Um,
That's probably why we lost, Rich. That's probably why we lost the Super Bowl because I laid my terrible towel in the middle of Jerry Jones.
oh, that's okay. You remember those real little Steeler buttons? They're like the size of a dime.
Mm-hmm.
There's one buried in the star at that AT&T Stadium,
Nice,
courtesy of yours truly.
nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, but no, there's a picture that Fox Sports Southwest used for years in their intro, as part of their intro, and I gotta find it. If I find it, I'll pull it up. But it's actually me. I'm on the end of it.
Nice.
Son of a gun. There we go. Okay. We got a image file, pictures. This is from a high school championship game in 2015. But that guy on the far left is your boy.
No, that's a state championship game.
That's a state championship game. Midway was playing South Lake. No, I'm sorry, Lake Travis. And I was working with the ESPN affiliate in Waco. We were the station that carried my Midway, which is actually the high school that all my girls went to. And that's us going out to the middle. I was the sideline reporter at that time, and I would always go out for the coin flip. And I was tall enough, as you can see over everybody else, I was tall enough that I could hold the mic up over and get the referee over the mic.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's what
Yeah,
we were doing
I
right
would need
there.
to step
That was
up.
going out for the opening kickoff or for the coin flip.
So you're the reason now why we have guy cams.
Something like that. But yeah, that was 11 years ago, this past December.
I like it.
So yeah. It was pretty cool. I tell people, anytime they ask, I've been very fortunate. And I mean, the crazy part is I've got a real good friend of mine, well, he's still a colleague, I guess, but one of the guys that brought me into this business that's been to 20 times this stuff. We were just talking the other day. He brought me in to work with Baylor baseball because he used to be the play-by-play voice for Baylor baseball. And I was their stat guy for 4 years. And we were talking about, whenever we went to Nebraska, because that was when Nebraska was still in the Big 12, you had to fly into Kansas City and drive 4 hours to go to Lincoln. I mean, you didn't get there directly.
They reached out to Don Shula's kid too, but he's a defensive mind guy.
I don't want Mike Shula.
They reached out to both Rams guys.
Yeah. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if it ends up being one of those where people go, okay. I would be very interested if someone would be willing to give up the mother load to bring Tomlin in.
I'd like to see
You know what I
Tomlin
mean?
fit in with. I'd like to see Tomlin fit in with the New York media.
Well,
I think they'd eat
I
him
mean, if he
alive.
went, it would depend which team he went to. If he goes to the Giants, he's got something to work with. If he would go to the Jets, he's screwed blue and tattooed. I mean, let's be honest, that is a reclamation project from the jump.
I don't
And the
think.
bad
I don't
part
think.
is they have the number 2 pick, and there's only one first round quarterback in this draft. Since the
Yeah,
kid
and
from
he's
Oregon said he's
definitely
not coming
going.
out.
He's definitely going number 1.
Yeah, and the kid from Oregon would go number 2, but he's not coming out. He's staying at Oregon for another year.
Can't blame him for probably making money on the nail.
Well, but also, I mean, he wants redemption from this past season. So, the Chambliss kid from Ole Miss, he's not a first round pick. Beck is not a first round pick.
No, I saw something. We get him in the 4th.
Yeah, I mean, are they mid round day? Are they day 2, late day 2, early day 3? As I learn how to talk picks, yeah, they're not first rounders. But you watch, I guarantee you, we're talking about this January 14th at 8:49 Central Time. I guarantee you, someone will take a quarterback in the first round way too high.
Do you think
Way
we'll
too
get the
high.
defensive lineman out of Ohio State?
Good.
I can't think of his name. 97. I know his numbers.
Yeah, if he lasts that long. He may not last to 21, man. That kid's good. That
Oh,
kid's real
I
good.
guess I guess this would be the backup to him because they had him going late, kind of like a Jack Sawyer. I forget his name. Not, I believe I saw 97 on his jersey. Someone sent me something today.
Well, I'll tell you what, man.
I'm not good with
And
names
this
yet. I have not even looked at the draft. I really don't know defensive players either.
this I can guarantee you. I was excited when we drafted Sawyer. I texted you when that happened.
Right.
That may have been the steal of the draft. Because he will be an all-pro before it's all said and done.
Who?
The one guy that I would like to see Pittsburgh get, and I don't know that he'll make it to us. I think he's going to be gone way before that. David Bailey, who's a edge guy from Texas Tech, I think will be really good. There's also a kid from Clemson named Peter Woods, I think it is. 6'6", or something. No, I'm sorry. He's 6'6" and like 320. Would be a great fit to get in there, play a little end, play a little nose, just like what Harmon's doing, just like what Keanu Benton's going to be doing, and Hayward would be leaving things in good hands. I would love, and I don't know if he'd be open to doing it, but I would love to see him become the defensive line coach when he retires. Cam Hayward.
I think he's going to take a year off though before he does anything.
But he may. But I'm just saying, when it's all said and done, if he became the D-line coach, the dude's forgotten more than any of these kids are going to know. And if he can teach him the fundamentals and teach him how to take care of himself, because remember, how many times has he been hurt in his career?
Maybe once.
Maybe in 16 years, once.
Well, I thought he got hurt on. I thought he really got hurt on Monday night. By the way he was getting carried off that field, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is not the way to end this."
Yeah. No, I mean, and I still think he may have. I think he has one more year. I really do think so.
You think?
I think so. I think he comes back next year and then he's done. I hope the Steelers try to talk Thielen into coming back. I really do. If they could get him to be like a number 3, that would be fantastic. They've got to, no questions asked, must get a number 2 receiver. If they don't get a number 2 receiver, they're going to be pissing up a rope again next year. And I don't care if it's the kid from Ohio State, the Tate kid from Ohio State. It could be the Concepcion kid who I have seen in mock drafts going to the Steelers. The Concepcion kid from A&M.
And try to get A.J. Brown for a 4th.
They may as well have not traded George Pickens if they're bringing in A.J. Brown.
Someone said we're going to go after Ayuk again. I'm like, no, why? That didn't work last time. Yeah, why?
No. The 2 guys that I would love to see them go full court press after, no question about it. Alec Pierce in Indianapolis would be the number 1 for me. I don't
think Indy's going to give him up.
He's a free agent. I don't know if they're going to re-sign him because he's going to want paid. He's going to want good money. But man, if the Steelers can put him next to Metcalf, that would be a monster deal. And the other one, hold on, because I was just thinking about it. I was just thinking about it. Oh, Rashid Shaheed from Seattle. that was in because he's a big body like Metcalf and has
6'4",
the wheel
6'4", 235, I think, offhand.
and runs like a 4.6.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Big, fast. If you put him on one side, Metcalf on the other with the tight ends, now we're working with something. Now your boy could actually possibly do something.
Maybe.
Calvin Austin wasn't horrible this year. He's just not a number 2, man. I'm sorry. He's a 3.
Right.
But if he could work with Adam Thielen for a year, I think that could make a difference too. For another year, because he worked with him half of this year.
Yeah, but when we bring him in week 10, we brought Thielen in, I think.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, I'm sure it helped getting a chance to work with a guy like Thielen.
Oh, I'm sure it did too.
I mean, and the other part of it, we're very lucky with this team in certain areas where we have veteran guys that can work with the younger guys. But we got a few positions that we don't have that case, including running back. I mean, it would have been really nice, or would be nice, to have a more experienced guy back there. Even if I was hoping, to be honest, I was hoping that they would have gotten Nick Chubb. Just strictly to be there from the experience end of things.
Yeah, why? No. Why? No. I am not. No.
No, I'm saying last year. No,
Oh,
last year. If they would have brought Nick Chubb in last year to have the chance to work with Warren and Gainwell this year and have him as like a third back, Nick Chubb would be okay as a third back. I wouldn't want to depend on him. And that's part of where Houston's issue kind of came in there for a minute, because they've had to use Chubb because Mixon's been hurt all year.
right.
And I don't know what people see in Woody Marks. I'm not that impressed with him.
I don't know. He's my dynasty fantasy running back, so I'm taking him. Oh, he sure made a lot of Steelers miss on that run.
Yeah, but
I think the Steelers kind of gave up though towards.
I think
the
if the
defense just was too tired.
Yeah, I think the Texans definitely have to do O-line in the draft. I don't think there's much of a question of that.
Yeah, they definitely need to address that.
Yeah, but boy, if they can put an O-line around Stroud, and if they can get these receivers healthy that have been hurt, because Tank Dell's been hurt all year, even this year, still coming back from that.
Are we safe to say the sophomore slump for Stroud is over?
Yeah, he's just got to be more careful with the ball.
I know we had more turnovers. You can't, Rich, you're never going to win a game when you get 3 points off of 4 turnovers.
Well, I understand. That's why I said last night, even if he does that against any other team that's in the playoffs right now, NFC or AFC, they lose. You commit 3 turnovers, especially the one that was on the 15?
Yeah, they were deep. They couldn't do it. What they do? They took a sack and then the intentional grounding, I believe, right? And that pushed them back, and that pushed them back
field goal.
Yeah,
they got 3 points off 4 turnovers.
Just horrible, just awful.
Yeah.
I mean,
that
stadium was the loudest I've heard it in a long, long time, and for three and a half quarters, that place was rocking. And then all of a sudden, that strip sack fumble touchdown happened, and that was it.
Should have never happened. Have you seen the replay of it? Should have never happened.
I didn't even watch the replay.
Rodgers got absolutely clotheslined across his helmet. When he was going down, he got absolutely clotheslined across his helmet. As much as they've been crying over these quarterbacks all season long, that should have been a flag. The ball should have been brought back. Steelers should have gotten the first down out of that, and which I think would have eliminated the second touchdown. So, we would have been back to that 17-6 deal. And when it was 17-6, you're only, you're a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal away from tying the game. That's not that far out of reach. But then, boom, boom, now you're 24 points down. And it's like, oh, well.
Yeah, that place went silent.
Yeah, I could tell. But that defense, man, I don't care what anybody says. When that defense is on, that defense is the best defense in football.
It's got to be close.
I mean, it didn't play that well against the Colts and against whoever that was the last 2 weeks of the regular season for them. But boy, it might have been the Jaguars. But man, I'll tell you, those Texans are going to be something to deal with on the defensive side. That's part of the reason why I think that game this week is going to be really low scoring between Denver and Houston.
I'm taking Houston and Buffalo this weekend.
I'm sorry, not Denver and Houston. New England and Houston.
I'm still taking Houston and Buffalo this weekend.
I'm taking Houston and Denver. I'm going to go Houston and Denver. And then NFC. Oh. The Seattle-San Francisco thing is such a coin flip. It really is. But I guess I have to go. I guess I got to go home team with Seattle. And then and then I got to go Rams against the Bears.
We're going to see primetime Darnold on Saturday. That's going to be a flop.
I think they're going to try to take the ball out of Darnold's hands as much as possible and try to just run it right down the Niners' throat. I really do.
Charbonnet and K9. Or Sharbs, as they call them.
Yeah, but I mean, when you look at the linebacking core for the Niners, if the offensive line for Seattle can get to that second line, there's not a linebacker playing right now that was in their starting four day one. Not one of them.
I know.
Yeah, they're.
If he plays.
Yeah. But if they can, if Seattle can, if the offensive line can exercise their authority, then I think Seattle wins that game and keep the ball out of Darnold's hands in the passing. I bet you if they can, Darnold won't throw it 20 times.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. And then I think the Rams beat the Bears.
I think the refs beat Green Bay last weekend. Dude,
I think Green Bay beat Green Bay.
There's so many missed calls in that second half, though.
Yeah, but they made so many mistakes, too. I mean, I realized Jordan Love didn't make them, but they sure did make a lot of mistakes.
I agree. I agree.
But I think we're going to end up with, Rams and Seattle, and then Denver and Houston.
That's funny. I'm going Niners.
They could. I think this is where the mass unit they run out of bullets. They've got so many guys hurt. They just run out of bullets in the chamber unless McCaffrey goes absolutely bananas. Because unless something changes in the next couple of days, Pearsall is going to be out again.
Tungus is going to be my sneaky player of the game.
Who?
Tungus.
Well, I won't be surprised.
The tight end, baby.
No, I won't be surprised because he's a good ball player. He really is. By the way, I'm glad you don't have Verizon.
Why?
Because like a half of the country we're in on Verizon is completely out of service right now.
What do you think I have? I have Verizon
Oh, you do?
on my phone.
How's your service been today?
Fine.
Verizon's got about half the country outage. So,
I got told that I got told shut the fuck up today on my comment about Tomlin today. Almost in every other comment, Rich. I didn't
well,
even
it's done,
realize
man.
that. I just started looking and I was like, and I just started scrolling. I'm like, I want to read some of these comments, but I don't. Are you in that group?
Which group is it?
Uh,
I'm in a few of them, but
it's in Steelers Nation. It's on Facebook.
I think so.
184,000 members.
Steeler Nation.
Yeah.
I am not.
I invited you.
Has a the nation kind of looks like a hockey puck, has a skyline on it.
See, now people are
On the
starting to
logo.
write Tomlin. Now people are starting to write Tomlin's going to be a defensive coordinator for a head coach.
It could be. Yeah, that's a possibility. It
There's
is
so
a
many people that
possibility.
are mad. There's so many people that are mad. I love it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, they started the Mike McCarthy bring him home.
No. 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 Did I mention? No.
4 hours ago, we were talking the Flores to be our head coach, according to ESPN.
To who?
Flores.
Uh, I mean, I'm just
Shillahassee. That's the guy I was trying to think of. Nate Shillahassee. I probably butchered that last name.
no. I don't think so. Let's think about this for a minute. He's the Rams quarterback coach. How tough of a job is that?
Tough.
How good do you have to be to do that job?
Tough.
With Matt Stafford as your quarterback? Come
Right?
on. That's just it's not even fair. Yeah. I don't like that one. Don't like no sir, don't like it. There was somebody, I remember who it was I was listening to. And when he said it, I was just like, no, no. They brought up James Franklin's name.
Oh, jeez. Isn't he the
And I
head
was like,
coach in
why?
Virginia Tech? Didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't he just take the
Former Penn
Virginia Tech?
State head. Yeah, former Penn State head coach.
Right, but then he just took the job in Virginia Tech.
Yeah. It's just like, no. No, no, and no.
Well, Rich, you wanted to go an hour. We're about 2 minutes away from that. Actually, we're over that. I'm sorry. I thought we started at 9:15.
Oh.
Do you want to call it or what do you want to do?
We can, yeah.
You were the one. You were the one that said I got about an hour because you were pretty beat up today.
Yeah. It's been a long week already. And with the weather
Oh,
being as crazy it is around here, and
yeah, we're getting beat the
it's not
shit.
as bad as it is in Georgia though. Huh?
What happened in Georgia?
Depending on which map you look at, between Sunday morning and Monday morning, they're going to get between 1 and 6 inches of snow in Albany, Georgia.
And they don't have snowmobiles. They don't have snow
They don't have
equipment.
snow plows.
Yeah, on my drive home tonight, I was driving through it.
Yeah, I mean, no, they're like us. We don't deal with that stuff.
But
They got freeze warnings out tonight and tomorrow and tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday, I think it is.
in your
Out
house?
there.
Oh, out there.
No, in Georgia, we'll have them. I'm sure we'll have them on Saturday and Sunday. Forecast lows are like 30. It's like I tell people all the time. Okay, it's below freezing. They put the freeze warning out. It's going to be 30 for a low and 61 for a high. Okay, don't worry about
Got it.
Yeah, it's going to be all right.
Right.
So,
But
yeah, man.
all right.
It's been fun.
So next week, maybe we'll have a head coach. Maybe we won't.
Maybe so.
Maybe we'll
We'll be in.
actually talk a little baseball next week. Maybe break down some Pirate stuff.
Yeah, we'll be.
But if we get a head coach, I'm pretty sure that's if we get a head coach, I'm pretty sure that's going to run the topics.
Yeah, but we'll be less than a month from pitchers and catchers. Because if I remember correctly,
don't they report February 10th?
You might be right. Let me look.
They usually report 2 weeks before.
The first game is February 21st.
Pitchers and catchers might be
first
there.
workout dates. Here we go. First workout dates. The first date Pirates players will arrive is February 9th, with pitchers and catchers that are playing in the World Baseball Classic reporting. The rest of pitchers and catchers will report on the 11th. Skeens is the only Pirates pitcher committed to the World Baseball Classic. Infielders and outfielders that are playing in the World Baseball Classic report on the 12th. First full squad workout is February 18th. First spring training game is February 21st. And it looks like the Pirates will have one.
The pitchers and catchers always reported a month before the first game.
Yeah, but this is with the World Baseball Classic and that kind of stuff. It's got things a little screwed up. The Pirates will have a one position player playing the World Baseball Classic too. Spencer Horwitz will play for Israel.
Go Spencer.
Yeah. So
cool.
But I'm anxious to see what they got.
So yeah, you can get me at that Sports Talking on Twitter, guys. You can also get me at Driving to the Top Productions. Hit me up at either one. Ad McNally on Facebook. Hit me up there. We'll talk sports on Tuesday night, and then we try to stick to Pittsburgh on Wednesday nights.
We've done a pretty good job the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we've done all right. Yeah. So everybody, thanks for tuning in. Yinzer definitely he's been getting on Jeremy's show lately. That's probably why he quit commenting. Like showing up like we are right now on camera. So
Gotcha.
But anyway, Rich, how people get you, and we'll close it out, and we'll see you all next week.
That's Big Rich 8371 on Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it this week. Just my name, Rich Richardson, on Facebook. And two tire change right around the corner. We got big NASCAR news to talk about. They changed the playoff format for 2026. Again. Thank God. They've put it back to what it was prior to with the chase format. So We'll be getting into that, and we'll be getting into Bowman Gray, which is the one race of the year that I hate with every fiber of my being. I
Love
think
it.
it's a complete waste of time and money. So I'll get into that.
Are
We'll
they
get
doing
into a
it at the
lot of that stuff.
Coliseum
That's going
again?
to kick, huh?
They do it at the Coliseum again.
Yep. Yeah. But that show will be back Monday nights, starting on the 26th of January. So 2 weeks from this past Monday. I'll be back doing two tire change, 6 Eastern, 5 Central on Monday nights.
Sweet. Sweet. All 30 folks, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
Till next Wednesday night, man.
Yes, sir. I'll see you Wednesday. Actually, I'll see you Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll see you Tuesday. All right, brother. We're out.
Maybe even I'll see you Monday.
Maybe so. See you later.